Hi everybody, this is Kevin, and welcome back to another comic book review. And today we're going to take a look at the 100-page, super spectacular, amazing, terrific, the great one, The Joker, the 80th anniversary. And this is an anthology series similar to the Catwoman book that came out a couple weeks ago and the Robin book that came out back in March. And I did reviews for both of those books. I loved the Robin book. I thought that was terrific. However, the Catwoman book was pretty mediocre, to say the least. And really, when you're charging $10, you want to have a good book. And like I said, they're the square-bound books. You can see right here, 100 pages. They have a nice little detail on the back. $10, the Joker card. And this one was terrific. This, I wouldn't put it as high as Robin, but it is just under Robin in terms of how good it is with the anthology. And the team's working on all the stories. So let's just get into it. I'll show you the teams first and foremost. This actually might be Denny O'Neil's one of his last works here that just came out. As you know, he passed away a week and a half ago. May he rest in peace. Great editor for Batman books for many years, many decades really. Created Ra's al Ghul and Talia al Ghul, did the Green Lantern and Green Arrow team-up book and all sorts of other great works. But really, it's just your typical line of Batman writers and artists really. You have Scott Snyder and Jock, James Tynion IV and Mikel Janin, Gary Whitta and Greg Miller and Dan Mora. Of course, Denny O'Neil with Jose Luis Garcia-Lopez. Then you got Peter J. Tomasi and Simone Bianchi, Paul Dini and Riley Rossmo, Tom Taylor, Eduardo Risso, Eduardo Maduronis, and Rafael Albuquerque. And he's the writer and the artist on that one. And then Tony S. Daniel is the writer and artist on a book. And then Brian Azzarello and Lee Bermejo is the artist. Actually, this is the Lee Bermejo cover from what decade? The 2000s variant cover. And you can see all these other artists did all the other decades. Of course, you got to have Jim Lee's up there, Dave Finch, and then pinups from other Batman artists. And then they also highlight a bunch of old Batman books from Joker appearances. I guess that was his initial appearance in 1942. Then you got old Detective Comics from 1942. Must have been his first appearance in that one too. And then Joker's Back from 1973. I think this just got reprinted in a facsimile edition or something. But here's Scott Snyder's story here. This little boy here is recounting, the sort of flower he had, and he's this doctor is seeing a patient who's completely damaged because of the Joker. Look, he's got that smile. The Joker carved it on his face. And so he has to wear this mask to, I guess, make his face heal. And this guy doesn't want to do it for fear that the Joker will come back and punish him just as he did all his other victims and showing all the victims. This psychiatrist here he's pretty much seeing all the Joker victims, trying to nurse them all back to health, but they're in fear for their lives that the Joker will come back and do it again. And then it cuts to the psychiatrist back at home, and he's dreaming about this flower, and he wakes up and he sees it from when he was a kid, and it just hits, and it shoots like this sort of gas at his face, and his face falls off, and he says, "Oh, show them who he is. Call on me when you can. I'll be right there. The scars." So very, very good right there, Scott Snyder. A little too much dialogue, as we know Scott Snyder likes to write, but very good. Here's some more classic stuff. There's the Killing Joke. Okay, and this is the sort of origin to the Punchline character. And she's at college here, and it was wear your favorite superhero shirt to school day. And you got these kids here wearing the Flash and Green Lantern, and she's wearing a Joker shirt. So the dean comes in, and she says, that's very provocative. You can't do that. And, she's smoking a cigarette right there in the classroom. And I guess the backstory here is one of the classmates had died. And so the dean wanted to, died in an accident. The dean wanted to cheer everyone up by wearing a heroic shirt. And she starts spraying laughing gas at him. He starts laughing. And he's like, "Oh, why am I laughing? This is not an appropriate time to be laughing." And she's continuing to mess with him. And you see she's doing her hair up, putting her makeup on. And, she turns into the Punchline character. And she's blaming him for all her problems. She's kind of has the angsty teen attitude, and she's putting her outfit on there. She says, "I'm the punchline. This whole world you built is the joke, and I'm the punchline," she says. And he just continues to laugh, laugh, laugh. And then she says to the man in the shadows there, the Joker, "There's your proof I'm ready to get serious." Serious? Oh, so my dear punchline, what comes next is going to be funny. And you can see right there, continued in Joker War, beginning of Batman 95. So that's where we'll tie into the current events going on. Here's Death in the Family, when Jason Todd died. So, Kill the Batman. This is Gary Whitta, Greg Miller, and Dan Mora. And in this, Batman is dead. And everyone's recounting how great he was. And in his death here with the will, Alfred reveals to the world that Batman was Bruce Wayne. And he's talking about Lois Lane's conducting all the interviews here, talking to Commissioner Gordon, talking to Superman. And they're holding a mural. And you see everyone has signs, "I love Batman, I love Bruce Wayne." Everyone's so happy. And in the shadows of the funeral is the Joker. He's got that stupid shirt. Why so serious? Like from the Christopher Nolan Batman movies. But yeah, even Mr. Freeze shows up and says, Batman. If I'd known Batman was Bruce Wayne, I wouldn't have been so hard on him. Wonder Woman has her speech, and the Joker says, "What have I done? What the hell do I do now?" Because Batman's gone. He doesn't have anyone to terrorize anymore, really. That can stick it to him right back. So you know what he does? "Oh, I'm sorry. This is the wrong form. You'll have to fill out another one and go back to the end of the line. Have a nice day." So he goes to the Gotham DMV there. What do they call it? Gotham Department of Motor Vehicle. I mean, it's so stupid, but I thought it was pretty good. I liked it. So here's Denny O'Neil's book right here. Denny O'Neil with Jose Luis Garcia-Lopez. And this reminds me a lot of the, sort of the side story of the Jason Todd Death in the Family when the Joker became an ambassador to the UN. And here he wants to join the Dove Corps. So he goes to join the Dove Corps, and they're all talking about being peaceful. But the Joker thinks that they're going to use like drones and kill people that way. So he joins them anyway. And then he gets this thing, and he fires it. It fires like wasps or bees, and they start stinging him. And he's just firing at everyone. He's just a total lunatic. Why would you bring a clown with you with the Dove Corps? And then he gets like, I don't know, it looks like a Nerf gun, but I guess it does damage right there. And he just shoots everyone and kills them all. And he's like, "Ha, I killed everyone." It's just stupid, but good nonetheless. So here's Peter Tomasi's story right here. His credits are at the end. But this is just, it's kind of okay. It's talking about how the Joker is just defeated Batman all these different ways, and then the Batman defeats the Joker, and it's this endless cycle. And here's all the other Jokers. You got the stupid it says insane. What did the Jared Leto one say? Damaged or something like that. They have homages to like all the movie Jokers in this as well. The art's really not my style, but it's good enough. And then the Joker is kind of like the Batman Who Laughs Joker, and he's like, I'm getting stronger every single time. So you got that. This is the Paul Dini one, which has the cartoony like Batman the Animated Series, Batman Beyond type art style. And he wakes up from a dream, a nightmare of Harley Quinn, and she's like, "Oh, Puddin', tell me about that dream again." And he has this dream that the Batman finally gets captured, and he's going to death row. And as he's getting shock therapy here, Batman's laughing at him as he dies. Like, look how stupid that Batman looks. Look at his face. So, the Batman kills the Joker, and I don't know, they're having nightmares. I mean, look at this art style, though. This art style's a little suspect. Like, Poison Ivy and Harley Quinn. I don't know what's going on there. There's Tim Sale. Looks like the Batman from The Long Halloween. This one was really good. This one was by Tom Taylor and Eduardo Risso. And there's this little boy in the alley there ripping limbs off an insect when the Joker sneaks by. Does he have... Oh, there's a red balloon. It's kind of like It the Clown with the red balloon, huh? And he shows up. He's like, "Hey, Georgie, what you doing, Georgie?" And he's the kid's saying, "Did Dad get me did Dad get you for my birthday party?" And he's like, "Well, yeah, I'm here." And he says, "Is your dad Emiliano?" "Yeah." So the Joker's hanging out with the kid, ripping the limbs from the insect there. And the kid says to the Joker, well, you're the only person at my birthday party. No one's here. And he actually has this little thing where he doesn't fully kill the insect. He puts him back in this box. And the Joker says, why don't you kill him? He's like, well, I'm going to play with him again later. He's my toy. So the Joker's pissed that no one showed up to this kid's party. So he knocks on everyone's door. And he pointing the gun at the father's face. You're like, give me your boy. We're going to little Timmy's, I forget the kid's name, little Georgie's birthday party. So he rounds up all these kids here. Look, he beats the one guy on the head. He's bleeding all over the place. And so they're all here singing happy birthday with their fake smiles. And the Joker's rubbing his hands in the background. And then Sergio and Emiliano, so the kid's name is Sergio. I was calling him Georgie, like It the Clown. So Emiliano comes over. He says, oh, Dad, they all came. And then the Joker says, isn't it nice when people make the effort to show up? Let's talk in the kitchen. So Emiliano here was actually working for the Joker and didn't show up for a job. And, he takes a little lesson from the kid who was ripping the limbs off the insect. And he cuts Emiliano's fingers off. And then look at this. Hot dogs are ready. And I'm off. I'll be here next year. Don't worry about that. You're going? Mr. Joker, yes? I want you to have these. Your torture bugs? Sergio, I'm touched. I will treasure them. And I promise I'll only kill them if they try to get out of the box. What a sick bastard this guy is. That was probably my favorite story of this whole book here. Just like that whole thing going on. This is actually the cover from Batman Hush. That's pretty interesting that it was titled Punchline way back when. All right, so here we are, another story. Where's the credits? I guess they'll have the credits at the end, but there's a bank robbery going on with the Joker's goons, and this young man tries to be a hero and stop them, and the Joker gives him the whole lecture, like, why do you care about helping these people? They don't care about you. I don't care about you. But you know what? We're going to give you a second chance. Blam, 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 blam. Not everyone gets a second chance at life, really. Make the most of this. One of these days, I'll pass by and check in on you. The Joker has a lot of tabs on people. He's always checking in on them. Here's Scott Snyder's Detective Comics 880. And there's John Romita Jr. Then the Joker. That actually looks pretty good. So here's another one where a man is confessing. And that guy's face looks a little suspicious, doesn't it? So he's here confessing all his sins. And how Joker's fought Batman all these times. And he was Batman or something. And what happens is the father here rips the head off. And whistle if you see anything unusual, I'm whistling. And he shoots him. And then you got the Brian Azzarello and Lee Bermejo. This is the final story right here. I like Lee Bermejo's artwork here. So, Joker's getting his ass kicked by Batman. And he's in Arkham Asylum, and they do a surgery on him. And you can see like his scar here. He's turned into, a zombie pretty much. And that's really it. He breaks out of jail. So overall, this was much better than the Catwoman book. I thought I liked more of the stories in there, but I really, those last two weren't that good. But aside from that one by Tom Taylor and, what was his name? Eduardo Risso, where he's cutting the fingers off. That was really good. I like that one. But overall, this one, the Robin book are great. Actually, I think there's a Green Lantern 100-page 80th anniversary book coming out soon, so we'll have to check that one out. And I wonder who else they're going to do with the other characters. But hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you thought in the comments down below. Let me know what your favorite story was. And if you have any past Joker stories that you love. Or if you're going to enjoy the current Joker story. Leave me comments down below. And stay tuned for more comic book reviews coming soon. Have a great day, everybody.